This product was gifted by the developer. Hey guys, Ninja Guy VR here, and today we're doing a review of Epyka. I was interested in this game the moment I saw the trailer back in February of 2024. I just really like puzzle adventures in VR, and I was finding it pretty cool that you have a dog accompanying you through your journey. The graphics and style also very much resonated with me. The wait has been long, but I finally had the chance to get my hands on the game, and after finishing it, it's time to give you my thoughts. Epyka released on January 9th, 2025 for $9.99 and is available for MetaQuest 2, Pro, 3, and 3S. The developers are Singular Perception, coming all the way from Italy. I believe that this is their first game in their portfolio, so let's see what they offered here.
A chest! I wonder what it contains.
So as I mentioned, this is a puzzle adventure game. You will explore many parts of the ancient location of Epyka, but there will be many times where you have to solve puzzles in order to progress through the game. I personally like the variety and it never felt like a chore working on these puzzles. The game is advertised as a family-friendly experience, so you'll find that you won't get too stuck progressing through these challenges. I'm an averagely smart Joe and most puzzles clicked after a little bit of thinking. You'll find things such as trying to find the combination of a treasure chest to get a piece of handle to open a door. Then you'll see a human maze, but then in the middle, you can find a miniature maze that you can use to control some of the walls to be able to get to your objective. And then I also enjoyed the portal challenge where you have to reach the other side by traveling through these doors, and then change the location of some of the portals. You also have your best friend and companion, Jack, and yes, you can pet the dog.
That's it!
Most of the time, he's there just to keep you company and act as a side character to the story and helps you not feel alone. But sometimes he'll guide you to something that you need to progress, like a door mechanism, and he'll be part of one of the puzzle that you have to guide him in a small structure to get an important piece. You know, Jack was not essential to the game, but he's one of the main reasons why this game interests me in the first place, so I'm happy that he's there. I have to say that the endgame felt kind of rushed. You'll get moments where you have to fight these small flying creatures. I find that these sections felt a little out of place with the game, and they added them at a few parts, so it felt repetitive and just a way to add some fillers. I don't want to spoil it, but the last section was pretty much press this button here and press this button there a few times and then you're done. I just wish that the last part of the game felt as good as the rest.
Where does the birthplace of civilization lie?
You play as archaeologist Scott Hudson, and it starts you in the future, where it is explained that you've discovered where the first civilization was born. The game then rewinds back to where his adventure started. Your father passed away trying to find information on the first civilization, and you've decided to follow his footsteps along with your companion Jack. You are stranded on a raft with no food and hope left to find what you're looking for, until, well, you find what you're looking for. I've enjoyed the story because it does feel like they've taken some time to make it appealing and put some attention to detail. For example, when you're on the raft, your dog is extremely hungry, and they did not ignore that, because as soon as you hit the ground, your first thought is to find food and water for Jack. So these little things makes a big difference for me. One thing I have to say is the story explained later, and the reason why the civilization was hidden all of this time is kind of cheesy and doesn't make much sense. And that seems to be a recurring thing with Epyka. Lots of ambition and great ideas at first, but as you keep going, it's like they ran out of ideas or motivation to keep it interesting. This one was definitely built with Quest 2 in mind. I've played with my Quest 3 and it doesn't feel like I'm getting much optimization for it. The rendering feels very low, while I'm pretty sure that it could do better. I have to say though that the game felt pretty polished. I didn't find any bugs in my playthrough. Oh, by the way, there's also collectibles in the game, one per chapter. There's this one time where I was sure that I had found a bug due to Scott floating in the air, but turns out that it was intentional, although a little strange. AI companions can be pretty challenging to implement sometimes, but yeah, it never felt like Jack did anything strange and he always felt like he was naturally following me. I guess the only annoying time is that there's a part where he just kept moaning for no reason. I was just finding it distracting because I was trying to figure out what to do, but in the back of my head I was like, is there anything that I need to do to help the dog? But there wasn't really a reason. He just stopped after I've completed the puzzle.
Your face. It is you, the one I saw in my vision.
The cutscenes and character animations looks great with Jack. You'll also sometimes encounter a lady through your adventure, and I love the animation. The graphics almost feels like the same style of Disney or Pixar. Once in a while, the game will show you these cool cutscenes where it's just images being projected, but the 3D effect and depth look great. I love these style of cutscenes. They were really well made and it was cool to learn more about what happened to the civilization of Epyka.
It was then our elders decreed Epyka should forever be hidden from the world.
So guys, this is what I had to say about Epyka. It's an awesome adventure, but the game actually took me an hour and a half to complete. This is too short to my taste, but the price of the game does reflect that at least. We do get a hint about a sequel at the end of the game, so I do hope that this happens. But I definitely want to see the next game take me at least 3 hours to complete without hurting the enjoyment of the game, of course. I'm looking forward to seeing what Singular Perception have going on next, because they did release something special here and they are talented people, so let's keep an eye out. If you enjoyed what I've presented here today, please consider subscribing to my channel for reviews from a passionate VR gamer, and hit that like button since that helps me a lot with discoverability, and I would like to see what you have to say about the game in my comments. See you next time!